All right, everyone. Very good evening. For the people who are very new to this call, or for the first timers, my name is Vamsi S. Krishna. I'm a hypnotherapist, life coach, and an energy healer. And I am based out of Hyderabad. And I usually conduct meditations and discussions like this to spread the importance of having a very strong mental health. So we were discussing on many other topics, and last week we discussed on self-love. Then we worked on Valentine's Day. We worked on self-love, and 3 or 4 days back, we worked on self-acceptance. Ashwini has recommended us to get started having discussions on handling insecurities. So we're talking about insecurities. Okay. So how many have you witnessed or been a victim of people who are insecure? Or have you ever felt that you are insecure or you have insecurities? All right. Yes. So insecurity, the word says insecurity. We are not secure. Somehow we feel we are not secure, which means it's affecting us, affecting us. Okay. Yeah. So what happens when a person is your So what not better than, but let's be honest. No, sorry for the faults.
Agree that self
And when when we are good at research, trained. Yeah, but yeah. You're speaking, Padmaja Garu? Yeah,
yeah,
continue.
like
Yeah.
like
Yes.
if suppose we are competing, someone gets first, we get second or third. It's easy for us to compare and find faults in them, or
Correct.
it's not the right way of judging. But if we get first, we might admire that.
Correct. So, so that is see, finding fault in others is a childish way of it's with childish and naive. It's okay, but again, at some point, if we are able to understand, it's only to make us feel good, and you stop by finding faults. It's okay, but the next layer to it is like spreading that to others, talking about other faults, one person's faults with others, and most of us have experienced it ourselves. You don't have to say if you have done it, but that is something we have to question ourselves. So
Right
this
way
is
of
how
judging.
our insecurities are hurting us. We know it. And how do we get rid of these insecurities? How do we handle that emotional pressure that comes within us the moment we understand we are feeling insecure in that point, on the situation, or in that event? And again, most insecure people are the ones who always complain because they can't accept anything. To them, if you see a person who's fully complaining at all times, understand that person is insecure because they can't accept anything, they can't see things the way they are, they can't accept things the way they are. That is because somehow they feel accepting things the way they are is like putting themselves down, or is to admit that they're weak. The point is, if you're strong, you're strong. You're weak, you're weak. But just because we can't or we don't want to admit that we are weak, and if we see somebody stronger than us, better than us in any which ways, and just by admitting that same, it's difficult for us to take it forward, and that would put us into great deal of emotional pressure, either to weaken that person down or to strengthen ourselves up. If we are strengthening ourselves up, that is good. But if you're not doing that, but we are trying to weaken the other person, that's where we have to understand that. the energies, the thoughts of insecurities are going against you. You can use the same insecurity to grow yourself into a better individual, right? Srinivasa, you want to have something to speak? You want to share something?
Just can I speak?
Yes, please.
So you said like we have this comparisons and we talk about the kind of problems other person right we should not talk.
Yes.
But when it comes to how to handle things,
Hmm.
at one point or the other, we would share to at least like this person is very difficult. How to handle, right?
Hmm.
So even that has an impact.
Definitely, it has got an impact because if a person is difficult to handle,
Just
if you're
can I
talking to a
speak?
friend,
So you said like
um,
we
usually friends
have
are
this
more or less
comparisons
like
and
us.
we talk
they,
about
they
the
usually
kind
they can't provide a professional help, but because of friends they take the lenience, they
talk.
take that
But
advantage of friendship,
when it comes
and
to
they can
how
give that
to
as example to
handle
somebody else.
things,
In that way we are unknowingly creating, spreading a message that should not go out. If you really want help, go to a professional.
right?
And again, you
So
have
even
we understand there's something called corporate ethics where you don't reveal the name. If you are using that kind of that strategy to give a case study, or give a scenario to get some ideas to get help, or take some help or receive some ideas, that is fine. But if you're revealing the name and identity of the person to get help or to find it, to get some understanding on it, I don't think that is fair. I hope it made sense.
yeah, to an extent,
Hmm.
definitely. But we all face problems with
Yes.
people only.
Correct. Yes.
And emotional kind of decisions, this consumerism cannot be done without comparison.
Correct. Hmm.
Indian growth cannot be happened without comparison.
Correct.
Our choices of investments cannot be happening without comparison of returns.
Correct. Hmm.
So comparison is something it's always there. But I was just wondering, like, if it creates more problem, if at all we don't discuss.
Yeah,
So
to an extent, definitely. But we all face problems with people only. And emotional kind of decisions, this consumerism cannot be done without comparison. Indian growth cannot be happened without comparison. Yeah. See, I get this. Yeah,
Cannot be happening without comparison of returns. So comparison is something it's always there. I was just wondering, like,
Compare yourself with the good things. Okay, when you're comparing with someone and you have to
if at all we don't discuss, so eventually because
yourself in a negative way, like, okay, why am I not getting? He's getting, she's getting. So, like, might not be in the same phase, but you will put out in the other phase.
note, actually brought me a bit of
Actually compare is understand where are you today, where you want to go tomorrow, or where.
but
Most and we have to understand my day number 21. I have started 23rd February. I am at a certain place, and on February 23rd there could be one more person. As per calendar date, we both are in the same place, but he might have started something far earlier than me, hence is more successful than me. Or a person on today's date, they are living in a very better place than us. Maybe he might have done something better than us. So here, instead of comparing what did he do, you check what did you do, what you could not do. Just take a cue. Don't be dependent on the data that you see. A lot of us have a dependence on data. They would just try to see. Again, let us ask ourselves: have we not, checked the person's lives, or stalked them to understand what did they do, or try to get some information, try to collect data, right? So we are not understanding, or we might understand. See, we want to have a life like them or better than them. That's absolutely alright. Every person should have that. But if the motive behind it is coming from a lack perspective, that you are not better than that person, hence you want to be like him, that is again that will put you in a loop. Instead, how do you deal with insecurities in a very simple way? Know that are the best you are in the best place where you could be at this point of time. If it is something else or somewhere else, you would already been there. You are not been there for a reason. Try to understand that reason, try to work on that. That is the safest, easiest, quickest way to move forward in life. The moment you start comparing yourself with somebody else, for example, Padmaja Garu, she is into stockbroking, no, and she is into investments. So a lot of people invest because their friends are investing. We don't understand the other person's risk capacity. We don't understand the other person's portfolio. Just because somebody is investing somewhere or somebody is giving some kind of comparative qualitative studies, if you're going scientifically, it is fine. But if you're comparing other person's growth and my growth and start investing as he is investing, that's not going to be ideal strategy. Padmaja, is it right?
Yes, many people we educate on not doing impulsive purchases and get into debt trap.
Hmm.
We try to protect them not to get into debt trap because we want to financial health is being affected.
Correct.
So means उसने यूरोप टूर चला गया,
Hmm.
उसका बड़ा गाड़ी है, मेरे पास नहीं है.
Hmm. Yes.
So that those kind of comparisons actually means make someone to spend.
Overspend.
And investments, yeah, investments also, yes, of course, investment should also
Yes,
be
many
done not
people we educate
terms
on
of
not doing
returns, in
impulsive
the terms of
purchases
your risk
and get into
taking
debt trap.
capacity, to
We
what
try to
extent,
protect
because
them
even
not to
in the
get
kind of
into debt trap
investing
because we want to financial health is being affected.
So that is the decision whether you are then you so that those kind of comparisons actually
Exactly.
means make
So
someone to
the
spend
best
and investments.
or to work on our insecurities is just focus on where were you yesterday and where
Terms
are
of
you today and where do you want to go
returns,
tomorrow.
but in the terms of
If your focus is only on your own path, your own journey, you don't really have time for others. Have you ever experienced that? You're so busy in your life that you don't even have time for anybody else in life, and everybody started to compare or not compare, complain. बॉस भूल गए हमको बहुत बिजी हो गए बड़े लोग बन गए. Have you
so
all got
that
this to
is
hear?
whether you
So
yeah, yes, from friends actually.
yes,
Almost. Yes.
yes. So whenever you're truly productive, truly busy, you don't even have any time to be absolutely wasting in terms of comparing by just looking at other people's life. What are they doing? How are they doing? So I'm not telling something that you have never done. When you're really busy, at some point in our life, we are very busy. We are occupied with things that we have in hand, so we don't even have time to check on our own selves, on our own parents, our own family. We are so busy. Again, I'm not really giving you an idea of being busy, but understand that when you're working on something important, you don't have time for all of this. So, how do you start understanding
Yeah,
what is
yes, from
important to you?
friends actually.
Almost. Yes.
You start with a goal. Have a small target. For example, I think there are certain people who have come from Vinisha ma'am's community who are into some kind of wellness program. So I think you all have a target for yourself, right? Maybe Himaja Garu and Nivedita Garu can speak. They can give some idea on it. So you have given a target. So to achieve certain goals or to set some target to get some kind of change within that stipulated period of time, right? You would have given the targets.
Yeah, basically, to have a better health and make some lifestyle changes.
Yes. So you have a target, and again, when we talk about others, we all have targets. So when we set a target and we work on it, and you're really dedicating your time, your effort, and making a proper plan that you think you can achieve it, or you understand when you put right efforts, you get the result, and you start working on it. The time that you can spend on comparing yourself with others is very very less. Maybe once in a while to check how it goes, you might take some time to understand how are things happening, how is everyone around. You can do that. But if you're getting
Yeah,
emotionally connected to
basically,
other person's
to
growth,
have
other
a
person's
better
progress,
health and
that will
make some
start developing
lifestyle
some kind of
changes.
insecurity within you. So don't get emotionally connected to anybody's progress, because like Padmajagar was telling, we don't know what struggle they have been through, that they are enjoying the fruits today. And again, nobody knows your struggle, and to you, X person might be at a greater shape, but to why you are at a better shape. So you have to understand, if you have insecurities inside you, what happens is you create hostile environment around you, and you attract more events that will put you in the same state of insecurities. And what happens is you attract people who just trigger those insecurities, who make you feel unworthy, they make you feel undeserving, and you fall in the vicious trap. And I think you might have experienced it also. If you're scared of something, वही दोबारा करना पड़ता है. और if you don't want to do something, उसको ही ज़बरदस्ती करना पड़ता है. How many of you experienced it? What you don't want to do, you are forced to do. Especially at home, you don't want to do dishes, उस दिन आपको ही पड़ता है. Somehow we attract things, just they just come to you because you are resistant. So here again, we have to understand the whole concept of insecurities are just hurting you, are putting a toll on your life, is only because we are lost in emotional connect with the idea of other people doing better than us, and we are not good ourselves. The day you understand, the day you accept that you are the best where you could be, if not wherever you are at a better place, hence you are there. For that time space reality, you are at your best. This is the belief that you have to carry. Very simple belief. It's not really difficult. It's not something very zen, or it's not something very high profile thought. It's a simple thing. You are here because of all your past choices, which you can't change. You are here, so that is better for you. That is good for you, or that is best for you at this moment. That can be better. You can make it better only when you accept it. You are at a good place. If you say you're not in a good place, you feel bad about it, you sulk about it, you do nothing. You just feel sad, bad, nothing. But yeah, if you accept, okay, chalo, enough of sulking, enough of feeling bad, sad, guilt, grief, embarrassment, and every negative emotion, enough of that, and let me move forward, let me do productive. कल मैं कहाँ था, आज मैं कहाँ हूँ, कल मैं कहाँ जाना है. If you just focus on these three elements and you start working on yourself, you really have zero time to spend on these insecurities, or fueling these insecurities. And our mentor used to say, if you are sad, you are being very selfish. You are wasting your resources. You are doing a lot of harm to the earth by just being by sad. You are very selfish person. If you're sad, if you're like feeling bad, because just by being sad or bad, feeling bad, we do nothing. We are just wasting our resources, right? Instead, understand, okay, that is a temporary situation. I did something which put me here. Now let me do something better than what I have done in the past, so that I don't repeat this, or else I get a different result. So this is the only way we work on ourselves. When you work, when you see things this way, when you work in this pattern, it becomes easy for you to get rid of your insecurities. Again, you don't have to believe in me. Just take a 10 days schedule. 10 days from now, or 1 week from now, or even 3 days. You have your insecurities, right, make a list of it and make an action plan. Compare yourself with others. Do this SWOT analysis. Where did this insecurity come from? What did I do, or what did I have not done, but that makes me feel that I'm not worthy, or I'm not deserving, or or you feel insecure. And see, we all have certain people in our life whom we always compare, knowingly or unknowingly. बस उनसे अच्छा होना है तो बस है. If I'm better than that person, I'm good. How many of you feel it? We all have those people, right? We all have those flag posts. बस इससे अच्छा होना है बस. We all have them, right? So understand who is that flag post for you. If you understand, you have a flag post, good. Or else somebody might have put that pillar in your head, or seed in your head. You should always be better than that person. I know you're talented, you should be better than that person. So that is that is fed into us. So that comparison, the seed of comparison will just grow, knowingly, unknowingly. So somebody might have given that kind of cue, or that kind of idea that you should be better than somebody else, and that is in our heads. Now you have to understand, okay, let all those people, all those flag posts be away from my life. My only comparison is me and my yesterday, my today, and my tomorrow. And for that you have to accept, believe, agree, and assimilate, or be absorbed in the idea that you are best the place where you are. Write the statement, guys. Everybody write. I am at the best place where I could be in this moment. If it is anything else, I would have been there. Write it. Everybody write it. I am. Take a pen and a paper and write. I am at the best place where I could be at this current time, space, dimensions, and reality. If it was anything else or anywhere else, I would have already been there. So this is the mantra that I want you to look at every single day. The moment you look at this point, the moment you absorb this thought, one thing that happens is you experience freedom. Freedom of not being where you are not. Freedom from those thoughts of compulsively being somewhere. Compulsively being at a place where you are not. Compulsively the regret feeling that we get because we have not done something in the past, वो सब चले जाएगा. They lose their relevance completely. Because yes, if you are supposed to be at a place, you would be there. If you're not there, you're not there. Simple. You are only there where you are meant to be. And how is that calculated? With all that you have done in your past. Because you can't change your past, you are at the place where you are right now. So what you can do is what you have in this moment. जो आपको हाथ में వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఇన్ దిస్ మూమెంట్, ఈ నిమిషం మీ చేతుల్లో ఏముందో అది ఒక్కటే మీ చేతుల్లో ఉంది. సో యూ ఓన్లీ హ్యావ్ వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఇన్ యూర్ హ్యాండ్. సో వాట్ యూ డూ విత్ ద మూమెంట్ దట్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఇన్ యూర్ హ్యాండ్ ఈజ్ ది డిసైడింగ్ ఫ్యాక్టర్, నాట్ యువర్ పాస్ట్, not anybody else in the world. It is easy, it is tempting for us to put blame or to push or throw somebody under the bus. इसके वजह से, because of this person, because of that person, because of this situation, because of that situation, it's pretty tempting for us to throw somebody under the bus. But we know we don't go anywhere with that, right? We just say he caused, she caused, or it caused, that caused. After that, what do? We get into the bag of sympathy, expecting somebody to throw some sympathy into it. Most of us people end up there. If not you might have seen people who are doing it. So understand, see, you don't know why things have happened, what karmic reason that we have, that we are experiencing our sufferings. That's not in our control, understandable. But what is in your control, or what really is under your control, is how do you think, how do you take, how life is treating you. And it all starts with acceptance. Hence we spoke about acceptance in the last class. If you can't accept, you don't expect any change. For any change to begin, the foundation is acceptance. So the moment you get to the state of acceptance, that is when you are allowing things to flow into your life the way you want them to flow. There is no shortcut. And anything you do apart from working on yourself, that is the longest cut that you can ever take. Because you are completely disoriented, right? Thank you. So yes, understand, see, everybody is struggling to be the best of what they could be in their own ways. Maybe if you take the most worst person on the planet that you can ever think of, even that person is struggling to do something better than what they could do. Maybe it is not visible to us, maybe it is not visible to them also. But again, put them away from the picture. Just look at yourself. You have to accept and appreciate your own efforts. Instead of feeling bad, low, when somebody is doing better than us, you should appreciate your own efforts. Sometimes you feel like doing nothing, and that is happening for years together. From past 5 years I did nothing with life. Okay, you can't change your past, but what are you doing now? You are struggling. At least have some sympathy towards that. Self-sympathy for an extent. You tell to yourself that, okay, I'm struggling, I'm doing whatever I could do. Maybe nothing is the best I could do at this point of time. Instead of saying I'm guilty, I feel useless, by adding all bad adjectives to the situation, you are only making it worse. If you really want to go forward in life, if you want to get rid of this, start with this thought. Okay, I'm doing whatever I could do at this point of time. So I want more strength to continue. I want guidance. The moment you seek guidance, you find some mentor. See, maybe at some point you have decided you want some mentor, hence we are sitting in this conversation, right? Or else 9 p.m. you would have watched anything in your life, not the screen. You have done anything with your life, but you are sitting here. Means you wanted guidance, you have attracted this. Maybe you might not draw every great thing from this, or maybe you draw nothing from this, but somehow you're sitting here, it means you have manifested it. So whatever you take, whatever would be your takeaway from this call, but it is helping you to shape yourself up to the better version of you. You have to understand this, accept this. Making sense?
Absolutely.
So you are already doing it, doing something better than what you were not doing in the past. So you are already getting better. And again, you have not been there yet, but you are doing something better. So appreciate it. The more you appreciate yourself, see, why are we comparing? If everybody is appreciating everyone the way they are, who would bloody be interested in comparison? Tell me. Because people lack appreciation, they tend to do anything and everything just to get an appreciation, right? People pleasing. Want to know it very well.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So we just want to be appreciated because nobody appreciated us. So hence we go through all of it. Because we are not getting that appreciation. No, we build lot of sense of darkness inside us. Padmaja garu, making sense?
Which Padmaja you are telling.
Yeah, మిమ్మల్ని యాక్చువల్గా.
Yeah.
Yes. So start appreciating yourself, appreciate your journey. You have come very far. You have actually traveled a lot further than you thought you could.
Yes.
Maybe it is not suiting any standards of society or standards of universal ways, but you have traveled to a place and you are here. It means you have that inside you. So appreciate it before seeking it from others. When you are appreciating your own self, and truly when you do it, you don't need anybody's appreciation. Honestly, just close your eyes and see.
Which Padmaja you are telling.
When you can truly appreciate yourself, you don't need anybody's appreciation. Yes, Srinivas,
Yeah.
you have something to say? Okay. Making sense? Learning something new, something different? Or did I brush up what you have already known? How many of you know it already what I'm speaking? Or know what I spoke? Something that you already know. How many feel it? You already know it.
See, it's I already know, but listening to everyone's opinions makes a stronger impact for us to change.
Correct.
So all such things are always good to hear again and again.
Yeah. Yes. And what who feels this is very new to them? They are hearing it for the first time.
Actually, many years back, it was I could able to hear people saying, but I could not able to accept it,
Okay.
make it practically, make sense.
See,
Now,
it's
over a point
I already know, but
with all the things
listening to everyone's
changing,
opinions makes a
we
stronger
got a
impact
maturity
for
of
us to
understanding
change.
from
So
different
all
perspectives.
such things are always
So
good
that
to hear
actually
again and
applies
again.
and it makes sense and got a lot of peace in this process.
Great. Yes. And who are in the zone of known, not known के बीच में कौन है? I think I know it, but I don't know it. Or I think I don't know, but I know it.
Actually, many years back, it was I
Yes.
could able to hear
Anyway,
people
there's
saying,
you are having.
but I could not
Yeah.
able to accept it,
Actually, I'm
make
aware of
it
it. Like, we
practically,
should not
make
seek for
sense.
someone else's
Now, over a
validation.
point of
But
time,
somewhere our upbringing, like
with all
especially
the
the
things
society or
changing,
the upbringing in
we
India
got that
is something
maturity of
like you
understanding
will be
from
appreciated
different
only if you get
perspectives.
good marks, or
So that
you make your
actually
parents proud,
applies and
or
it makes sense and
like
got a
everything there
lot
is a
of peace in
benchmark
this
set.
process.
So then, like, I think our mind somehow programmed from childhood, like
okay, only if you do good in sports or get good marks, or if you agree to your parents wearing bindi or bangles, or only then you'll be considered as a good child. If not,
Yeah.
you like
Uh,
yeah.
Actually, I'm aware
So
of it.
we know this,
Like, we
but
should not
ultimately,
seek for
even though we
someone
appreciate
else's
ourselves,
validation.
the
But
priority,
somewhere our
the
upbringing,
what we
like
prioritize in our
especially
life,
the
their
society, or
happiness
the
matters to
upbringing
us,
in
and
India
somewhere
is
we
something like
again get off
like
of
you will
the
be
track
appreciated
and
only if you
forget
get good
that
marks, or you make
like
your
to self
parents proud,
appreciate or something.
or
So
like
yeah,
everything there is
like
a
knowing
benchmark
and
set.
unknowing path
Yeah,
So
I'm
then,
following now.
like, I
yeah.
think our
Cool,
mind
cool.
somehow
Yeah, most of us are
programmed
there only.
from childhood, like,
But thank you for sharing
okay,
this.
only if you
And
do good in
the
sports,
takeaway,
or get good
I
marks,
mean,
or
I'd be happy to hear your
if you
takeaways from this
agree to
session.
your parents wearing bindi or bangles, or only then you'll be considered as a good
One is
child. If not, you
acceptance,
like yeah.
the second
So we know
is
this, but
trying to
ultimately,
improve
even though we
ourselves,
appreciate ourselves,
have
like
an
the
introspection
priority,
of the
what we
incident,
prioritize in our
whatever has
life, their
happened.
happiness matters to
Try to
us, and
introspect
somewhere
from your
we again get
inner,
out of the track and forget that,
things which we are going through.
like, to self
So that
appreciate or
only we
something.
can
So
correct ourselves. That
yeah,
was
like
the
knowing
major
and
things which
unknowing
I felt
path
stuck to
I'm
my
following
head.
now.
Great. Thank you for sharing. Others, any more understandings and any more takeaways? See, because we all know what we are doing, what we're not doing. So it's not about knowing;
One
it's
is
about doing, and
acceptance.
again, it's about being.
The
So
second
understand that
is
whatever you have been through
trying
has
to
put you in a
improve
place
ourselves,
where you are in right
have
now.
an introspection
And the
of
moment you accept
the
it, yes,
incident,
ये पे हो रहा
whatever
था,
has
पे हूँ,
happened. Try to
that gives
introspect
you a lot of
from
peace.
your
Try to experience that
inner,
peace. The moment
things
you
which
get to
we
the
are
place
going
where
through.
it is.
Many so
times
that only
we
we can
all
correct
get into a
ourselves. That
situation
was the
that is
major things
triggering.
which I
Correct.
felt
It is
stuck
not
to
yet
my
triggered,
head.
but we know this is going to get triggered very soon.
Hmm.
That realization is something which I felt I learned in this process. So now this situation is going to trigger. So when it actually triggers, many a times we lose our control and again we are in the same old patterns.
Hmm.
So once we are having a very strong, self-awareness,
Hmm.
what I understood is having a conscious self-awareness is the only way where we cannot
I feel like
stop
many a
ourselves
times
and we
we
will
all
not
get into a
again fall into
situation
the same pit.
that is triggering.
Again, that's a
It is
very
not
good
yet
thing that you
triggered,
have brought
but we know this
something
is
in mind.
going to get
Yes.
triggered very soon.
So
That
yes.
realization is
So
something which
what
I
else
felt
found interesting?
I learned
What
in
else
this
did you
process.
find
So
interesting
now
in
this
this class?
situation is going
If
to
you find
trigger.
nothing, it's okay.
So when
That's
it
a nothing.
actually triggers,
Self
many a
appreciation
times
is
we
needed.
lose our
Yes.
control and again we are in the same old patterns. So once
Okay.
we are having a
So
very
everyone, thank you so much for
strong,
being here, and
self-awareness.
do share your insights.
What
And
I understood is
guys, again,
having a
I'll be very
conscious
happy if you can
self-awareness is the only
understand and
way where
accept
we
that
cannot
I'm
stop
best the way I
ourselves
am right now.
and we will
The
not
liberation that you feel,
again
that
fall
you
into the
lose the
same pit.
compulsion to prove to anybody or to your own self. So that liberation is very important for you to feel. So take some time. What comparison that you have with others, and what is the insecurity that you have, just write on a paper and see where is it coming from, and then understand that are we allowing it, or it just happened without your conscious conscience. Somehow when you have allowed it, and you have allowed it, since you have allowed it, it is there here. So yeah, I'm at a safest place where I could be, though it is very hostile, though it is bad, though it is not desirable. I'm happy where I'm right now, or I'm best. The place where I'm right now is the best place for me. Hence, I'm here. The moment you get there, there is a great deal of zen inside you. You understand, yeah, I'm here. I'm meant to be here. I'm here. That's it. Then you have no blame, no complaint, no rono dhona, nothing. You're like, okay, chalo, I did something and I'm here. This is the best where I could be in this point of time. If I'm meant to be somewhere else, I would have been there. Just get into this thought and see, apply it every aspect of your life where you feel you're stuck. The moment you feel liberated, emotionally you're disconnecting from that. Because you're emotionally disconnected, you find ways naturally appearing. Observe it. Making sense? Thank you, Padma Garu. Alright, so thank you so much for being here, and we'll conduct a meditation on this on maybe Saturday or Sunday. People who are watching this recording, please be ready for a session where we work on accept acceptance, and also lack of to get to a state of where you are not affected emotionally due to comparison. We'll be working on root chakra as well, because insecurities developed from a displacement of root chakra. So we work on root chakra also. So next session, when we work on root chakra, first thing that you can experience is very good physical health, and financial health is also improved, and your stability increases. You are much more grounded, and you don't feel the need of comparing yourself. You're like, I'm best where I am right now. You get there. Okay. So any questions you wanted to ask, anything that you wanted to share, you can share, or else we'll call it a day.
Thank you so much. I just want to say thanks. For having such a lovely discussion and sparing your time. Thank you.
Anytime, Padma Garu. Thank you so much. I'll be glad if you can share your experience in the group. It inspires others to be a part of the next sessions.
Definitely, sir.
Thank you.
You're the guru of ours.
You don't call me guru. I'm just a friend. Yes, Nivitaji.
I want to know, like, from where do you get so much of positivity and like that? Like, I could feel like you're like totally happy and like
Thank you
accepting
so much.
whatever
I just
there in
want to
life.
say
I think so.
thanks
So, like, what's the
for
mantra?
having
Like,
such
what
a
do you
lovely
practice?
discussion and sparing your
I
time.
practice one thing is
Thank you.
being in the moment, and I'm not positive overnight. And you can see Srinivasa, he is my Baba. He knows me from the time I'm born.
Definitely, sir.
I'm not this
Okay.
You are
person.
the
And
guru of
Ashwini, she
ours.
knows me from 2009, and she knew that I'm not this person back then. So I just evolved with all the practices that I
I
do.
want to
I
know,
just
like, from where do you
understand
get
whatever
so
has
much
been
of
told to me. I just put it
positivity
to
and
practice. I see how
like
true it is.
that?
If it is true, I don't delay in
Like,
applying it.
I could feel like you're like totally
That's the only thing that I do. See, it's
happy
all
and
application.
like
All theory we know.
accepting whatever
भाषण
there in life. I
सबके
think
पास है
so.
कुछ ना कुछ बोलने के
So,
लिए.
like, what's the mantra? Like, what do you
What we apply
practice?
makes the changes. So I started to apply things in my life, and that made a lot of change.
Okay, if you could share us like couple of points, like a summary kind of after the class, that would be like helpful for us to
Okay.
go back and
Yeah,
like
correct.
revise or something, or remind ourselves like to okay, do this, do that, or something.
Yeah, I think it's a good thought. Thank you for sharing this, Nivedita ji. I just put a minutes of meeting kind of thing in the group, so people who
Sure.
just take that like summary, and yeah, they can use those pointers. Yeah, it's a good thought.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing this. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your effort. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Himalaya ji, you want to say something?
Yeah, this is my first session with you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
I really loved it.
Okay, if you could
And
share us like couple of
if you
points, like a
have any
summary kind
previous
of
session
after the
about
class,
self
that would
love,
be
would you
like
be able to
helpful for
share the
us to go
recording?
back and
Yeah, I'll do it.
like
What I'll do is I'll just share
revise or
this recording,
something, or
and there's a
remind
playlist
ourselves like
there. You
to
can find it,
okay,
and
do this, do
I'll
that,
just
or
share that
something.
with you in person also.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you
Yeah.
subscribe to my
Thank you.
channel, you get all the notifications. You can watch
Okay.
this, and
Sure.
again I'll be posting the recordings in the group. So because you're in the group already, from today all sessions after we record, we put it in the YouTube. We upload in the YouTube and send the link.
Yeah.
You can watch it there
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
also.
so much for your
Yeah.
effort. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so
Sure.
much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Himajaji. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
my
Any more
first
sharings?
session
Any
with
more
you.
learnings?
Thank you
Vaishali,
so much.
Chandrona,
I really loved
Mandu,
it.
Srinivasa Garu, Baba.
And if you have any previous session about self
Thank you,
love, would you
Anya.
be
It
able
was very
to
nice.
share the
Thank you, Padma.
recording?
Thank you for being here.
Yes, Anya.
Any specific learnings or takeaways? I think you posted something in the chat box.
Yeah,
Okay.
specific
Yeah.
was
Thank you.
self appreciation is the
Okay.
mother of all,
Yes.
creation of all darkness.
Correct. True.
Mm-hmm.
It hit me.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you
very
so
true, very
much.
true. That is really, that changed my life. The moment I started to appreciate myself, everything changed in my life.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And any more sharings, any more thoughts?
Thank you, Anna. It was very nice.
Vaishali, Chinduana, Srinivasa, Baba, tell me Baba,
Yes, Anna.
how did you find this session?
Yeah, specific was
You're on mute.
self appreciation is the mother of all creation of all lackness. I will speak next time.
Okay, sure.
It hit me.
Okay. And Rajendra Garu, you're in, out, in and out. Maybe you're getting calls or something like that.
Yeah.
So please do watch the recording and share your thoughts. Okay, chalo, let us all call it a day. Thank you so much. And people watching this recording, acceptance and everything. Everything you told is right. Thank you for sharing this, Krishna Priya. Okay. So all the people who are watching this recording, please be ready or no, get ready for the
I
next
will
session
speak
that is
next
going to be
time.
very, very powerful. We'll be channeling the archangels and angels to make our session more powerful and get more results. We work on just how do we deal with these insecurities. We implant all the consciousness that we need to have in ourselves to work on our insecurities, and also we work on appreciation, self appreciation. Once you are appreciated, there is nothing to be worried of. So next meditation would be on dealing insecurities using self appreciation as a tool. All right. See you all. Atma Namaste. Good evening.
What will you say?
Atma Namaste.